The Methodist Church in Singapore is the church that Methodists in Singapore belong to. The church has 46 churches island-wide with around 40,000 members, making it one of the largest Protestant denominations in Singapore. Its current bishop and head of the church is Bishop Dr. Boon. History. The Methodist Church in Singapore started out as a missionary initiative by Rev. James Thoburn of the South India Conference in India in 1885. Rev. William Fitzjames Oldham travelled to Singapore to plant the foundations of the mission. Oldham started the church's first English-language boys' school in 1886, the Anglo-Chinese School. Two girls' schools were subsequently established in 1887 and 1888, respectively. The mission also developed a clinic and hostels for homeless children. For this Singapore base, the mission then spread to the Malay Peninsula and Sarawak in the 1890s. The Methodist mission in Singapore and Malaya expanded over time, eventually growing to the administrative status of a conference in the Methodist Church. Eventually, the church spread throughout Southeast Asia, leading to the establishment of the Southeast Asian Central Conference in 1950. The Malaysian and Singapore components of the mission officially became autonomous of the Western parent bodies in 1968, thus becoming an Asian church with a bishop elected from the local ministers. In 1976, the church was restructured into the Methodist Church in Singapore and the Methodist Church in Malaysia to reflect the secession of Singapore from the Federation of Malaysia organization. The Methodist Church in Singapore, which consists of 46 local congregations, is organized in conferences: General Conference, Annual Conferences, District and Local Conferences. The General Conference, which meets every 4 years, is the highest decision-making body of the MCS, led by the elected bishop and an equal number of elected representatives from each of the 3 annual conferences. For day-to-day matters between sessions of the General Conference, the powers of the General Conference are to be found in the General Conference Executive Council. The General Conference is the only body that speaks officially for the Church. No person, no paper, no organization has the authority to speak officially for the Methodist Church, this right having been reserved exclusively to the General Conference under the Constitution. The Women's Society of Christian Service was set up to help Methodist women grow in the knowledge and experience of God as revealed in Jesus Christ, challenged them to respond to God's redemptive fellowship, to make Christ known throughout the world, and to develop a personal responsibility for the whole task of the Church. Its ministries include spiritual life, social concerns, Christian education and missions. The Methodist Missions Society was established in 1991 as the missions agency of the Methodist Church in Singapore. MMS seeks to establish indigenous churches supported by mission endeavors in communities across the region where there is no Methodist presence. The current focus is on the Asian region, particularly Cambodia, China, Nepal, Thailand and Vietnam, owing to the proximity to Singapore and the multiple opportunities to reach the large numbers of unreached people groups in these countries for religious conversion. The Methodist Welfare Services is the outreach and social concerns arm of the Methodist Church in Singapore. It provides care, support and practical help to Singaporeans facing life's crises and long-term hardship regardless of the race, religion or language. Under the current umbrella of MWS or associated with it, there are 13 service hubs including 5 family service centers, 3 children and youth centers, the Christolite Methodist Home for the Destitute and the Bethany Methodist Nursing Home. The Methodist Church in Singapore is a member of the National Council of Churches of Singapore. Annual conferences. The Methodist Church in Singapore is organized into 3 branches called annual conferences, as each of them meets once a year. These are the Chinese Annual Conference, comprising churches with largely Chinese-speaking congregations; a Manual Tamil Annual Conference for churches with largely Tamil-speaking congregations; and Trinity Annual Conference for churches with largely English-speaking congregations. However, many churches now conduct services in languages other than the language appropriate to the annual conference that they belong to. The 3 annual conferences are headed by the bishop. Each of the 3 annual conferences is headed by a president. List of Methodist churches in Singapore. Chinese Annual Conference: Ang Mo Kio Methodist Church, Bukit Panjang Methodist Church, Changi Methodist Church, Charis Methodist Church, Fu Chao Methodist Church, Geylang Chinese Methodist Church, Grace Methodist Church, Hakka Methodist Church, Hinghwa Methodist Church, Holy Covenant Methodist Church, Kum Yan Methodist Church, Kum Yan Methodist Church, Paya Lebar Chinese Methodist Church, Paya Lebar Methodist Mission, Queenstown Chinese Methodist Church, Sengkang Methodist Church, Helicare Chinese Methodist Church, To.The Chinese Methodist Church, Yishan Methodist Mission. Emmanuel Tamil Annual Conference: Ang Mo Kio Tamil Methodist Church, Jurong Tamil Methodist Church, Pasir Panjang Tamil Methodist Church, Seletar Tamil Methodist Church, Bedok Preaching Point, Sembawang Tamil Methodist Church, Singapore Telugu Methodist Church, Tamil Methodist Church, To.The Tamil Methodist Church. Trinity Annual Conference: Agate Methodist Church, Aldersgate Methodist Church, Ang Mo Kio Methodist Church, Barker Road Methodist Church, Bukit Batok Preaching Point, Bedok Methodist Church, Ken Hill Methodist Church, Christ Methodist Church, Christolite Methodist Chapel, Covenant Community Methodist Church, Fairfield Methodist Church, Fairfield Preaching Point Faith Methodist Church, Holland Village Methodist Church, Kampong Kapor Methodist Church, Living Hope Methodist Church, Living Waters Methodist Church, the Methodist Church of the Incarnation, Paya Lebar Methodist Church, Pentecost Methodist Church, To.The Methodist Church, Trinity Methodist Church, Wesley Methodist Church. Schools. There are 16 schools managed by the Methodist Church, which is represented by the Methodist Schools Foundation. 6 of the schools are part of the Anglo-Chinese school family, which includes a junior college. The other schools are Methodist Girls' School, Paya Lebar Methodist Girls' School, Paya Lebar Methodist Girls' School, Fairfield Methodist School, Fairfield Methodist School, Geylang Methodist School, Geylang Methodist School. Schools under the Axe family: Anglo-Chinese School, Anglo-Chinese School, Anglo-Chinese School, Anglo-Chinese School, Anglo-Chinese School, Anglo-Chinese Junior College, Axe Jakarta, Jakarta. Other Methodist schools: St. Francis Methodist School, Methodist School of Music,